Hey everybody, Saint Valentine here, and here is my second review of Survivor Cagayan Season 28, Brains vs. Beauty vs. Brawn, Episode 2. So here we go. On the Brains team, the only players left now, or at Luzon as they call themselves, Spencer, Cass, Tasha, and Jatia, because you know David and Garrett are gone. Beauty has Morgan, Jeremiah, Jeffra, Alexis, LJ, and Bryce. And Brawn has Cliff, Sarah, Tony, Lindsay, Trish, and Woo. Alrighty, guys. Here we go. After the tribal council, Spencer's kind of pissed off at what happened, like we all are. He said that the immunity tribal council was a train wreck. Like we all said it was a train wreck. And he said he's going to have to be crazy creative to keep himself in the game. But if they lose another game, he's going home. Which I think is kind of crazy considering that Jatia is messing up. But I applaud the girls for sticking together. As foolish as it is, but staying together, girl power. Tasha said she would have voted out Jatia if Garrett had kept his mouth shut. Like I said, mouth shut. Garrett, Lord, I know you're at home watching this show, like, if I hadn't done that open forum thing, yeah, you were my spirit animal and you just had to go home, honey. Spencer is the next to go, according to the girls. And like I said, Tasha changed her vote after Garrett revealed himself and revealed all of the alliances and basically put her as the odd man out. Cash wants to keep Jatia because Jatia is now afraid after all the things she did. She's afraid, I guess, of being voted out. So she's going to do everything they say. And pretty much because she's crazy like a fox and she's going to do whatever the hell they say to keep herself in the game. And I can see her going pretty far. Even though she's not my favorite player, I can definitely see this chick going very far because folks are not paying attention at all. And as you can see, they haven't watched this show because the crazies always seem to make it towards the end. And that's when they start acting sane. On the Brawn side, you have Tony, who has decided to stay up late sitting by the fire, I guess, thinking and plotting. And here comes Sarah. He convinces Sarah that Trish and somebody else, Trish and who the hell else did he say it was? Trish and Lindsay want her out, and they're saying, oh, Sarah's such a nice girl. She's so nice and pretty. Like, when he said that, Sarah should have, like, a light should have gone off in her head, but she's not paying attention, nor does she realize that he played her. All she thinks is just like, ooh, I caught him. I outed him. No, honey, he peeped your whole card. He got you, so sorry, Sarah. And side note for Tony, Tony is a, Jersey City cop. And those Jersey City cops are pretty rough. I went to college out there, and they're pretty rough. They're rougher than the Newark cops. Yeah. Starts raining, and Trish says that they're screwed because everything's wet. Yeah, but at least things are not washing away like they did in Survivor Australia. That was with Elizabeth Hasselbeck when she was on there, you know, from The View. That season when the rice washed away, I remember I was in high school and I watched that with my mom. And my mom was like, the camera guys aren't doing anything about that rice washing away? Hell no, it's part of the game. And everybody looked like Biafra over there. They looked like skeletons. They looked crazy. The wind is crazy. It's like a half monsoon, half hurricane. I don't know what's going on. Sarah starts pulling these huge leaves. Woo is out there singing in the rain. Singing in the rain. He's so happy that it's raining. He's on Survivor. He's just adorable. So cute. And the rain just will not stop. Tony wishes that they had won that tarp. Yeah, but you guys got immunity, so yeah, beggars can't be choosers. They didn't sleep the entire night. They stayed awake. Lindsay wishes that she hadn't got herself into this. Now, when somebody says that they wish they hadn't gotten themselves into this, that's the person to get rid of right there. Or, she's doing that to lower morale so other people will come out so she could run around and say, ooh, this one doesn't like being here and this one doesn't like it. But in this game, people play these weird, strange, social, tiny little games, and it just, this series, especially this season, is just crazy right now. And Lindsay still hasn't yearned from last week talking about Trish and running her mouth like she's got a target right on her back, right there. Sarah falls into Tony's trap again because she hasn't pulled it to the side. He's still saying that, and she believes that Tony is loyal to her, but we know Tony's only loyal to Tony, and that's it. Especially after he lied to you about being a cop. I'm going back to that again. I'm probably going to go back to it again in this video, but once somebody lies to me, I know right then and there I can't trust them, but poor Sarah. Poor Sarah. Beauty is Sulana, and the girls are just sitting around, like, huddled together, all cold. The guys, which is Jeremiah, Bryce, and LJ, they are all together, and, you know, they're, building the house, and the girls are just sitting around, and, like, right then and there is, like, a sign that these girls really aren't going to be doing anything but sitting there, and then when it's warm, they're going to be, like, tanning themselves. And this isn't a stereotype for anybody, but I'm just saying, like, if no one's helping out, because at least on the Brawn side, and even on the Brain side, even though Jatia was being Miss Bossy, the others were getting together, they were helping. Jatia helped, like, 10%, but she did do something. These girls aren't doing anything at all. Jeffra's freaking out because her hands look like she either dropped them in flour or chalk or something, and they're pruny. My hands are pruny, like, just like Jeff Probst told Tony when he cut his foot. It's a survivor. Suck it up. Jeremiah, like I said, and LJ and Bryce are all building the shelter together. Even though Jeremiah, I think LJ says that Jeremiah is the only person helping him, but Bryce did help out. Just side note. The girls, like I said, not doing anything. LJ's trying to remain quiet about how he feels, but eventually LJ is just going to be like, I've had enough, and that's when it's going to be a big mess with these girls and him. He thinks that Morgan has either a clue or the immunity idol, and because she was on the rocks last week. Now, like I said, and I told you before, LJ's not stupid. LJ's my spirit animal for this. He's one of many spirit animals that I have, and I've hitched a ride to him. And LJ goes to those rocks, and he seeks out, and finds an immunity idol. I'm like, go LJ, go LJ. Yes, because he found it. But I told you, Morgan thought she was slick. She wasn't. And if they said something about looking on the rocks, I probably would have waited till everybody was asleep or something, or waited till it was early in the morning and then went on those rocks. But that's just me. And now that I think about it, I think Trish was kind of smart for not getting that immunity idol, because it puts a target on your back when they realize it. Common sense. And Trish, being the older lady, she used her baby boomer or Generation X common sense. Which is pretty cool. Like I said, LJ found it in the water, and I was all, go LJ, go LJ. He said, no one's ever going to know I have this thing until I play this thing. Thank you, LJ. You are the first person in how many seasons, in the last couple seasons, that does not have will not have an extra bulge in their pants. Because it was either last season or the season before last. People would put them in their pants, and it's like common sense. Biologically, you have one penis, one set of balls. You do not have two different bulges in your pants. And then you wear like these tight shorts. We are going to see this. I'm being all biological with the penis and the balls. I'm just in a really good mood today. Unless when all those gummy bears I just ate before this watching Survivor gummy bears. I know you are not complaining, Paris. I'm doing my review. Hush. Paris is my cat, and my cat, anytime I make a sound, she's like complaining and bitching out. I'm like, Paris, hush. Like I said, I told you, LJ, smart cookie. She didn't fool him. Okay, there's some cute little crabs that they show like dancing on the Brain side. Tasha becomes like the leader in that she makes the tribe get together and start practicing to throw this water, which it actually benefits them later. Cass and Spencer go off to get the tree mail, and they see this little guy, and it says something about they have to throw the water, and that's why Tasha had everybody, you know, practicing. They realize that they need rice and water, and Jatia wonders how much rice they need. I'm like, Tasha was like, I know this one is not out here and doing it. I was like, yes. She was like, this happened throughout 95% of the rice, and she's asking about rice. I said, exactly. Like, what? Bye, Jatia. You and your crazy sit down and enjoy the sunshine or the rain or whatever it is. Spencer feels weird being the only guy on the team, and he feels like he has to walk on eggshells. No matter what you do, Spencer, everybody's going to get you out anyway before they do that merge. Then I guess Tasha and Cass will get together and get rid of Jatia, maybe. But anyway, they're practicing in the water, passing it to each other, and it's pretty badass. And I'm like, way to go, Tasha. Someone on the Brawn side, I think, mentions getting rid of Tony and Lindsay, but it's not like a big, huge thing. But I think I caught that. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but I swear I caught that. Because they're saying that those two, because Tony's pretty sneaky and Lindsay just keeps complaining. That'd be a nice, I would love to see a tribal council with Tony versus Lindsay. That'd be some mess. But they're playing the challenge, the Brains, the Brawn, and the Beauty. They're passing the water. It goes through Spencer 100%, to Tasha 95%, to Jatia 5%. And it just keeps doing that over and over again. Meanwhile, Beauty passes them, is going on to do what they're doing. Brawn pass, they're still doing it. And then, by the grace of God, Brawn won, Brains won. I said, party. I was like, party. Yes, yes, yes. I'm like, go, Brains, go. Beauty lost, and they want Morgan out, of course. It would have made logical sense to get Morgan out. Wonderful sense. Back to Brain, though. Sorry. With immunity, Brain got a tarp, so they're not going to be wet. Brawn got a tarp and some pillows and a hammock, so they're happy people. But Beauty is depressed. Morale is gone. Everybody's upset. LJ wants Morgan out. But somehow, some way, this changes. But we'll get to that when we get to the Beauty again. Brawn knows how to keep their composure in the game, and they do, because they're pretty badass. Tony fakes like he's like putting the hammock together, and he finds a clue for the immunity idol, and he does this little thing with his foot. He hides it. I will laugh if someone's been watching him and then the camera won't let us know, but I swear somebody has to see him. He's not that slick. I don't think he's that slick. Someone's watching him. Or does Sarah really honestly trust him? Or is she just telling us she trusts him? Things that make you go, Yeah, that's one of those things. One girl asks, Sarah goes to sit down in the hammock, and one of the girls is just like, I'll be following your ass. When she does, she laughs. I'm like, Sarah, put that one on your list next. I don't mean to be petty, but that was uncalled for and not cool. Funny, but not cool. Like I said, Beauty is bummed. LJ hates making excuses. Basically asks everybody, are you ready to go home? Point blank. There's two alliances. Jeremiah's playing both. Jeremiah is not only in an alliance with Bryce and Morgan, he's also in an alliance with Jeffra, Alexis, and LJ. They want Bryce out. Plain and simple. They just want Bryce out, and I don't know why they want Bryce out. Explain to me in the comments why they want Bryce out, because Bryce hasn't done much of anything to warrant, wanting to be kicked out of this thing. Like, if he becomes an asshole or crazy like Jatia, that's one thing, but he hasn't done anything. But anyway, they want him out, so... And like I said, Bryce is smart. Jeremiah's trying to play both sides against each other, and it doesn't work very well, a la Russell Hantz. Didn't work very well for him, and it's not working well for anybody else. Russell kept getting close and close to winning and just never did. So, Jeffra is an airhead, and she thinks that Jeremiah is her friend, but Jeremiah's playing both sides, so eventually Jeremiah's going to turn on everybody and do what's right for Jeremiah, because this is a game, don't forget. I keep begging, please vote out Jeffra. Please vote her out. Alexis wants Bryce out. Why? Yet another player like Tasha. Why? Because they're different? Because they think differently from you? Lord. Jeremiah wants to be the leader of the tribe. He comes with this idea of having the boys vote out Morgan and the girls vote for Bryce. And then if they have to do like a three-way tie, the people left have to vote for Bryce. Okay. Jeremiah, like I said, wants to be the leader. he feels like he holds all the power, and he does. Not sure who gave him this power, but he does. Bryce tells Jeff Probst how he feels like he's a butterfly coming out of his cocoon, eating bugs and just flying around, and it's so cute. And everyone on social media just is like, they're smiling like I was. So I thought that was very cute. Bryce basically says, you know, Alexis isn't pulling her own weight. Well, some people on social media, like on Twitter, are saying, well, you know, Bryce, you know, you're running your mouth. No, he's telling you the truth. All these girls are doing is sitting around talking. They should be moving or something. Unless you're in pain, you don't feel good, fine. But get your behinds up, fix something, do something, people. There's some uncertainty in the beauty tribe that's going to implode, leaving LJ as the only one left because he has no idol, and he'll probably find another idol. He may be that person, like, what's his face from, like, last season or the season before that, that just, he kept finding those idols. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. So they get down to the vote. It's 2 for Alexis, 2 for Bryce, 2 for Morgan, and the tie is broken because sweet little Bryce, sweet little butterfly Bryce, sails and floats as his flame is extinguished. Poor Bryce, poor baby. Bryce was voted out, and all I was just saying was damn, and he knew what was going to happen. So Bryce and his glorious self, you're my favorite player, but unfortunately this is player number 2 of mine that had to go. I feel like Jeremiah's weak, and his little plan is going to backfire because Jeffra's not going to keep. Jeffra's playing the airhead. She's going to go run right back and tell him, well, Jeremiah said, and that's the end of that. He'll be the next one to go. Bryce helped out. He did something. Those girls didn't do anything. I think Jeffra playing dumb, she's going to go very far. Very far. Probably past LJ as well. These people haven't watched the show. You certainly don't get out the first person because they're good at talking. You get out somebody who's just not doing anything. That's what you need to do. That was the strategy of other people in other seasons, and it worked out well for them. So, since they lost their first one, they may lose their next one, and Brawn will go on and win again. Who knows? So, my favorite players that are left in the show now is LJ, Tasha, Sarah, Cliff, Wu, and Jeremiah. No. I'm taking Jeremiah off of that, and I'm going to go and put Morgan there because Morgan's behind needs all the support that she can get because Morgan's not going to last very long at all. Especially if those girls listen to LJ and they go out, she's not going to last long, so... this is the week of, like, rough, crazy television for me. First, The Following was crazy. Then, before that, Walking Dead was crazy. It's just crazy. I can't wait till Hannibal and Grey's Anatomy and Scandal. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. And if you like my brand of crazy, definitely subscribe. I'd love to have more subscribers. And if you like it, just thumbs up. And check me out on social media. I'm Sage Valentine on Twitter. The Truth Is on WordPress, the Rock and Roll Sister, I hope you can handle it on blogger.com. Just have a safe and awesome Wednesday. Enjoy yourselves, and if you would like, just definitely tune in tomorrow for my review of Grey's Anatomy and Scandal. I'm not sure about Grey's Anatomy, though. I may not watch it, but I might just review it just for the hell of it. So, anyway, just have an awesome evening, and take care, guys. Bye. Mwah. Bye, guys.